more than 70 children died at the BRD Medical College Hospital in Gorakhpur. For the past few weeks, India has been reeling under the H1N1 virus, also called the swine flu. Manpreet Singh jumped from the 7th floor of his apartment, ending his life. He was just 14 years old. The blue whale game actually challenges people who are depressed into committing self-harm and suicide, and converting the entire experience into a thrilling game. Internet addiction is an impulse control disorder similar to pathological gambling. It is an uncontrollable desire to use the internet, and instant nervousness or aggression in the event if they are deprived of it. It is a platform where people use the virtual world to connect with real people as a substitute for real-life human connections that they are unable to otherwise achieve normally. This leads to deterioration of family as well as social life. Last year, a study from Canada found that people who use internet excessively may have more mental health problems such as depression and anxiety. Depression in teenagers has become increasingly worse over the years. India has the highest rate of depression in the world, and according to the WHO, almost 1 in 3 people in India suffer from depression. And about 1 in 4 children in the age group of 13 to 15 suffer from depression.
It is important to have systems in place to monitor the internet and keep control on the usage of your children's internet activity.
As parents, teachers and family members, we all need to understand and recognize the early signs of depression to create an environment the child can open up to and also seek help.
According to authorities, apart from the lack of oxygen, there were various illnesses that might have caused these children to die. One major cause being a condition called encephalitis. Encephalitis is inflammation or swelling of the brain. It is caused due to infection of the brain that is usually due to a virus. Encephalitis usually starts with a fever, headache, nausea and body aches. As the condition progresses, it can cause a decreased level of consciousness or increased sleepiness, confusion and seizures. In young children less than 1 year of age, symptoms also include poor feeding and irritability. In severe cases, patients may require the help of a breathing tube that is attached to a machine called the ventilator. This ventilator helps in breathing by providing oxygen. To diagnose someone with encephalitis, one important test is doing a lumbar puncture or spinal tap.
In this test, the doctor puts a thin needle into the lower back and removes a small amount of spinal fluid. Spinal fluid is the fluid that surrounds the brain and spinal cord. This fluid is then sent for testing. There are some blood tests and also an MRI or CT scan of the brain. The treatment for encephalitis is mainly antiviral medications and supportive care like fluids and medicines to keep the fever down. Practice good hygiene, avoid mosquito bites, and make sure your vaccinations are up to date to prevent this and other infections.
Timely diagnosis and treatment are most important to help prevent complications like difficulty breathing and going into a coma.
For the past few weeks, India has been reeling under the H1N1 virus, also called the swine flu. The seasonal influenza, or the flu as we call it, is a viral infection caused by the influenza virus. This infection infects your nose, throat and lungs. H1N1, or as we all know it, the swine flu, is a type of influenza A virus. It is called the swine flu because it was first seen affecting pigs. When someone coughs or sneezes, the flu virus travels through the air in the form of small particles. You can inhale these particles directly, or you can pick them up from objects where they stay for up to 24 hours. These could be the telephone, computer keyboard, tables, and even the door handles. It can then be transferred to your eyes, nose and mouth, where it enters your body and makes you sick. Once it enters the body, it multiplies, spreading through the bloodstream, making you sick.
Symptoms of the flu can include fever over 100 Fahrenheit, body aches, especially in your back, arms and legs, chills, headache, cough, weakness, nasal congestion, and a sore throat. In swine flu, people might also get loose stools and vomiting. Now, some steps you can take to prevent the flu are washing your hands with soap and water for at least 45 seconds, covering your mouth when you cough or sneeze, and avoiding crowded places, as that is where infection can spread more easily.
As and when more information becomes available, we are surely going to give it to you on Doctors on Call. Till then, please take care of yourself, get the flu vaccination and stay healthy. See you next week.